Air way too early for the fake. This that real game for real bros. No decaf, no cap. Welcome to Shogun Bros, no decaf. Live every weekday, 6:30 in the morning, Central Time. Did you hear what I said? Central Time. We talk dogs, bloodline building to yard work, from stud talk to the truth behind the pups. This ain't no highlight reel. It's how you really build legacy. Shogun Bros, no decaf. Pull up, pull up, handle yours. This ain't just content. It's culture. Welcome to the cookout with Toyo, where family vibes meet front porch truth. No scripts, no filters, just heart, heat, and hot plates. Ooh. Step up with elevated perspective, with elevated game for grown men and women building mind, spirit, and vision. And men at work with pimps over simps. Choice. Real convos, no cap, all purpose for the men behind the mission. 3 shows, 1 network, all gas, no decaf. Put no creamer in my man. Look, Shogun Unlimited, man. Press play and get man. Come on, press play, press play.
Hey, what's happening?
Oh shit! Just listening to the cookout.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cooking it up over there.
Yeah, talk of the city, man. Look, Jay, what's happening, fam? Yeah, what you think?
I caught like the main part of the end.
Did you catch the morning show?
No, I was past that.
Okay, so the topic was, do you trust the blood or the breeder?
Here we go talking about my perspective again.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I'm kind of glad that you didn't hear what was really going on. So now you get a real organic view into your perspective.
So I gotta trust the blood because I am the breeder.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I trust myself to do what I need to do because I don't have to worry about that because I'm the one lining them up.
Right. But but let's say that. Okay. I've really never heard you speak of a mentor, heavy, besides your interactions with, your family. I don't necessarily know the level of, that your father was in the, as far as with these dogs per se. But I know that, you got a couple generations, down the line. But, let's say you got a mentor that really gave you a lot of game, and he's got something similar to yours. And you lost all your dogs. You don't have any access to your old blood. They lost all of their dogs, but they're back in the game per se, as far as handling dogs or breeding dogs in the whole nine. Without knowing the blood of that dog, not that dog, but the blood that they running on the yard, would you get a dog from them? Let's say
it really just depends on the way the dogs are looking.
Okay. Without seeing a dog, without seeing the dog or anything. For example, let's say Kobe started over. You don't know the line, you don't know anything, but you know Kobe, and you know what he's done for the game as far as these dogs. Would you take a dog from Kobe without seeing the dog, not knowing anything, just trusting Kobe and who he is and what he can do with the dogs?
Yeah, because I done that recently. So,
Okay.
so yeah, I would because, I mean, it depends on where they're at in the game. They're not going to set you up to fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people that
Yeah.
are not to see other people succeed. So that's the people
Yeah.
I'd be trying to deal with on it. And the guy I got the dog from, like, I didn't see what it looked like before I went or
Mhm.
nothing. Like, I didn't know its sex. I don't have a pedigree on it, but I know where it came from.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I'm gonna get the pedigree. I've said it a bunch of times. When he's
Mhm.
older, he's gonna give me the pedigree for him. But I want to raise it without all that other bullshit. Let me raise the dog and then
Yeah.
you send me its pedigree later because I don't even care yet.
Yeah.
It'll mature out before I even think about breeding it.
Yeah.
So, whereas like with some of the stuff that I've produced, I already have like an idea of what I'm doing next. I have a general idea of my next move most of the time.
Yeah.
Like so Mason to Eleanor took, and Dirty Girl and Jarvis took. So within 2 weeks, I'll have 2 more litters of puppies on the ground.
How many of those puppies do you plan on keeping?
2 or 3 out of each litter.
Okay.
I don't do a breeding that I ain't keeping at least 2 off of.
Yeah.
I just don't. The reason I keep 2 is because say what if one chews on sticks and tears its stomach up and passes away, or you know, I mean, there's just
Yeah.
tons of just
So
dumb little things that could happen.
you
Hey, girl.
you keep a boy and a girl.
No, not even always. Sometimes I keep 2
Okay.
girls. Sometimes I keep 2 boys. Like
Yeah.
with Judge and Levi, I kept 2 boys because that's all I had was boys.
Mhm.
So like, I have an idea what I want to keep, you know, and say I want to keep 2 females, but then they throw me 1 female and a male. I'll keep a male, or I'll keep the male and the female. I'm not as picky about that.
Yeah.
I've got quite a few male dogs up here compared to what most people generally want to keep. Driver's boy. Yep. I'm excited for this shit.
What?
I've been
Oh, for
working-
those litters?
No, for that and the dog show, the digital dog show.
Oh.
I've been putting in the work with Jarvis.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, man. He's starting the show, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks good when he shapes up.
Yeah. Have you ever peeked the dog?
Peeked them out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I peeked out quite a few dogs. I mean,
Oh, okay.
like I said, before I was into the shows or anything, I was into conditioning. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my interest.
Oh, okay.
Was conditioning dogs.
Yeah.
Whew. That's why I'm excited to have him. I can really put the work on him.
Yeah.
He's old enough. I can really put the work on him, and I won't
How
tell
old
the
is-
dog to quit. How old is Jarvis?
Yeah.
He's 4. He'll be 4 this year.
Okay.
Or he just
Yeah.
turned 4, I believe.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So he mature.
yeah, he's a real deal.
Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah.
And I hope Supreme comes on here. I want to talk to him about his cracked nail.
Oh, that deal? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say?
So if I had it happen, see, that's that shit I was talking about, though. You remember me saying messing up pads and breaking nails? That's that shit I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like Big
It
Hill
is.
said, it's gonna happen. If you're fooling with dogs enough, you're eventually gonna tear something's pads or crack their nails, and some dogs just
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
some
Go
dogs
ahead.
have shitty nails. You know what I'm saying? Like how people, right? Like
Mhm.
my nails are super strong. Like if I can't bite my nails.
Yeah,
and break
mine
them.
too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I've seen other
Mine too.
people, their nails are like
Brittle.
so paper thin and brittle. I'm like, what causes
Yeah.
that? You know what I mean? So one thing I would add to the diet, I don't know what she's eating, but it's omegas,
Mhm.
and even calcium pills. and that'll help them be stronger. But it might not be that they're strong. I don't know. I couldn't tell. I couldn't see it real good. But so like I would take it, I would clean it really good with like an antiseptic spray or something.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get it really good and clean, I would take this shit called hoof coat, and I would just coat the whole nail with it, right?
It's like super glue.
Kinda, yeah, but it's more like
waterproof sealant.
Yeah, it's like it'll harden. You know what I mean? Like almost like if you dipped it in candle wax a few times is what you're going for. You know, that kind of harden over it look, and then you can just leave it, and when it's healed, it'll eventually come loose and fall off. And if it falls off before that, just cover it again. You know what I mean? That's the beauty in using hoof coat, and you can even use hoof coat for the bottom for the pads too. But I don't use hoof coat for the pads. I'll tell people what I use, but they got to figure out the secret on their own. I use what's called pine tar. I got told that from OG. I've been using it on Jarvis. You won't bust a pad like that. When you're pine tarring it, you won't bust a pad at all. It creates like a sole for them, like a sole on a shoe. It gets like a 1/4 inch thick. It'll cake up. You know what I mean? And it'll come off after the conditioner. If you just leave them on a chain, it'll eventually rub off. It's a natural chemical. It's pine tar. So what you do is you take that. This is how you use it. You take that, put it on a little bitty bowl or something, not one like your like house bowls or nothing. Get you a styrofoam plate and put a little bit on it and put a little bit of rubbing alcohol and mix it up, and it'll make it thin to where you can apply it. And then when the alcohol evaporates away, it will be just that hard pine tar. Like say OG, he knows who he is. He told me to try that shit, and salute, because that right there, that's cool. I don't have to even worry about it.
Yeah.
Because of that. Now the nails, that's just, I don't know. Even me, like all the time outside working, man, I bust my fingertips. Like I hurt around my nails or my fingernails all the time.
Yeah.
I'm always like, damn, I can get pissed off about it. I'm like, shit, that hurts.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So he could do that. He could cover it with a little bit of hoof coat and just let it heal up naturally. And then also, if I was conditioning one, you know, for what we're doing, I would start it on antibiotics.
Yeah.
Give it antibiotics for about 2 weeks. That way, until it's healed, you know, until it's not irritated anymore. That way, she don't get no infection in it and you can keep working her. Because if you're working her and she's hitting that nail and bending it and doing stuff with it, it could cause it to get inflamed, which will cause an infection. And you get dirt and shit in it, so that could cause an infection. So I just give them antibiotics like amoxicillin.
Yeah, man.
Throw that in my cycle.
Yeah.
And that'll make it heal up fast too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put nothing like alcohol or peroxide or anything like harsh, because it can destroy the nail material. Same as like a cut, right? Whenever I have a dog that gets a cut on them, I don't put no alcohol or peroxide.
Well, peroxide keeps the tissue soft. So when you have soft tissue, it is not healing at its proper pace. If you put peroxide like if you cut yourself and you put peroxide on that cut daily, like you trying to clean that cut out, the skin around it and that cut is not gonna heal. It's gonna stay. It's gonna stay more. You're slowing the process down. It needs air, and the skin around it needs to burn, build a callus, not a callus, but a scab. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't allow you to scab up, which is your body's natural self-protection or defense, I guess.
I don't think people really understands the benefit of, like, there's a beauty in between, like, what's considered, like a coverage, like in a scab, like right there in the middle. That's your happy spot. for healing up.
Yeah.
If you can keep it right in the middle of being raw meat and a scab and just let it heal up, it'll heal up fast as shit.
Yeah.
Because so like I don't know. I'll tell you another thing I use.
What?
So like I'll clean it out with maybe, I don't know, some apple cider vinegar, and I take green tea, right?
Uh-huh.
And boil a green tea bag, and then
Yeah.
I'll take that liquid and pour a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it, and that's what I clean it with. Because green tea is good for healing stuff, and apple cider vinegar is basically just like a cleaner,
Coconut oil.
less I
Not
want to
on
say
the cook,
like
but
less abrasive than alcohol. You know what I mean? It is apple cider vinegar is a form of alcohol. You know what I mean? So, but it's not as harsh. So whenever you're going to clean it the first time with that, it won't just eat the meat up around it. You know what I mean? And cause it to be inflamed. So, and then another thing I use is this stuff called Tomorrow Dry Cow. What it is it's a topical cream for mastitis. And I learned this from a hog hunting boy I know. He was like, you need to try this. I was like, how much is it? He told me. I was like, huh. He said, here, take this tube and let me know how you like it. And he gave me that tube, and I ended up needing it. And I was like, and I used it, and it healed up so fast. I was like, holy shit. So if you notice this, a cut getting too scabby, right? You can take natural aloe vera, not aloe vera, the green aloe vera, or the not that aloe vera from the store. You can, but it might hurt it more than it's helping it because of the alcohol that's in that aloe vera. Natural aloe vera don't have no alcohol in it, so if you just get natural aloe vera and you can put that shit on cuts, man, it'll help them grow fast. Think about what it does for burns for people. You know what I mean? And a burn is like one of the worst wounds you can have, way worse than a cut. So I use aloe vera a lot on the dogs. I'm actually about to start growing my own, just to have my own like really fresh grown aloe vera.
Yeah, you should. You should.
You
I'm
got
not
some,
much of
Will?
a
Yeah, I got a little bit of everything. That's how I make my my dog supplements. All my it's all natural. Everything outside.
hell yeah.
Got you. That's what's it.
What do you think about the pad coat for that nail? You think people do that?
You said the who?
Pad coat for that nail, like take the nail and coat it with pad coat, and then start on antibiotics.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's many. It's a lot of good ways you can do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No. Yeah. There ain't no right way or wrong way. There's just what works for some people and what don't, I guess.
What work? Yeah, and then it depends on the situation of where the dog's living too.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah, there's things you could put on a dog inside of a house that you can't put on a dog on a chain, but then there's things on a chain that you can't put on them in a house. Like blue coat, for example. If you spray that dog with blue coat and take it in your house, every damn thing in your house will be blue.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't do that.
or the pink SWAT. That shit right there, bro. I use that a lot, actually. It got hard to find last year, the pink kind. It works better than the white. But
yeah, it definitely does.
If you put that shit on a dog in a house, everything you got will be covered in pink. I mean, you could crate them, and that would be a way to do it.
Yeah. But what would they do to the dog? They pink would be all over the dog there, huh? You crate
I mean, it's better than the house.
Yeah.
It's better than being all over the house.
Without a doubt.
I mean, we just got to go through certain shit sometimes. If you got to wipe the dog down every 2 days or every day, it's better than cleaning the whole house. Shit.
Yeah, and like when they're healing and shit like that, I'd rather crate them and put them off anyways, or put them in my high box or something like that. That way I can keep them in a controlled environment more than because I mean all my dogs are on chains, so if when something happens, I gotta pull them off and do something about it. You know what I mean? I don't have to. I guess. So there's probably lots of guys out there that don't do shit. But like I'm gonna pull them off and try my best.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't know. I watch my dad do stuff like that. Like Dixie and Panic both lived in our house for multiple times a little while, and
Mhm.
they weren't inside dogs at all. You bring Panic in the house, and she'd sit right next to the door, whining, waiting to go back outside. She'd sleep next to our doghouse. I've literally seen snow on her back, 2 inches of snow sitting on her back, like she just
Yeah.
didn't like it inside. So like he had to like put her in the kennel to like really heal her up. That way she wouldn't be running around anxious when to go outside. So it depends on the individual dog too.
Yeah.
Some dogs like
Yeah,
certain things, and
man.
some dogs don't.
Yeah, man. No, that's for real.
Yeah, I mean, dogs are picky. Some of them, and then some of them you'll find they don't give a shit about nothing you do. They don't care what you do. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Most of my dogs, they don't give a shit. Whereas like the dogs I get from other people, they'll have like little picky things about them. I've noticed
Mhm.
that. I don't know what causes it. I don't know if it's from being around their litter mates for so long or what that is. Because most people does have their pups around their litter mates for a lot longer than I do. So like that is a good thing. You know what I mean? Just talk about they pick up how to altercate with each other and stuff without it just being a problem straight out of the gate and certain things like that. But they also develop like annoying tendencies, right? Like if you have them in a kennel together where they're all a whole litter until they're 12, 14 weeks old, they might develop a tendency to be like really jumpy and not calm. Like
Yeah,
whereas
yeah,
later in life when you go to trying to teach them shit, they're just still so jumpy they won't do nothing you want them to do. I've seen lots of different things like that, like where a lot of my dogs are food aggressive towards other dogs, right? That comes from splitting them up for so early. They ain't about to let nothing eat out of their food bowl. They
Yeah.
won't.
well, even with litter mates, um, I've seen where like exactly what you were saying, elevated, where you could leave them together for a while, but as soon as one try to eat out the same bowl, it's a different story.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
I even
that
had
that
that.
shows you that shows you they got a little bit of smartness at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll play, but they ain't gonna let you eat out their bowl.
They
You
ain't
know,
about to let some other dog starve them because they ain't
yeah.
greedy and eat it all.
If they would let them eat out the bowl and playing, then I'd be a little concerned. But yeah,
Come here, boy. Get
he
back.
ain't taking no food out his mouth, so we good.
Come here, boy.
Yeah. So this
Mm.
making it fit said Providone iodine works well to treat paw damage. So I'll tell you what I use for certain things, right? Say it's a cut, I'll take iodine and mix it with like I'll take a cup of white sugar and add iodine to it until it changes the color of the sugar pretty good, and
Oh,
just
you know
pack
about that
wounds
trick?
with that. Yeah. Oh, I know about all that shit better than medicines,
Well, you
really.
know, but I was gonna say, you know, you could put uh God damn, why can't I think of the leaf? God damn, it's a herb you could mix in there too.
Is it
Remind me
clove?
later to tell you. I can't think. It's a herb you could mix with that, with the iodine and sugar.
Is it clove?
Clove? No,
Clove has
no.
clove has a numbing effect to it sometimes when you use them.
Is it clove? I got it written down in all my stuff. I'll
Oh
let you know
yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah. But like, so like, if you take your dog to the vet, right, and they got a big cut, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna pack them with something very similar to iodine sugar. And then before they bring them out, they'll clean it up and bandage the wound. You know what I mean, or something for you. Uh, so the sugar. Let's see. I'm not trying to tell you no bullshit. Okay, so sugar's effect on a wound primarily revolves around its ability to draw out moisture, create a hostile environment for bacteria, and potentially aid in healing. While not a
Yep.
standard medical treatment, some individuals and cultures use sugar on wounds due to its uh, I don't know what the hell that word is. Nature and its ability to
Yeah,
reduce bacteria. That
yeah,
I have no clue how to pronounce that word.
yeah. Hey, I just learned something. See?
Hygroscopic. That's the word. Okay, hygroscopic nature and its ability to reduce bacterial growth. Uh, yeah. I mean, like I've used sugar a bunch. Even on say like you get on the way home, like right before I put the puppies in the car to go. If I got one that's got like a little bit of bleeding on it, I'll coat it there in sugar until it stops bleeding, and then we'll get in the car and go. And I mean, our car ain't covered in blood by the time we get back. Because I mean, like if they sew it up, there's little gaps in between them stitches that blood will come out of a little bit until it heals up and scabs up. So that's what I've used it for a lot. Is the ear cropping. And like when you take your dog to get its ears cropped, everybody's like, well, your ears shouldn't be bleeding, right? You know, that would be the general thing. You would think they shouldn't bleed. If you go to get your dog's ears cropped and it ain't bleeding, it's got worms or some sort of parasite. Because all the ones we cut on my dogs, man, they gush. And the ear lady's like, man, I love how your dogs bleed like this. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you'd think you would be like, no. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
You
Okay.
dropping
It was just
jewels.
so quiet. So you would think that you wouldn't want them to bleed, but the ear cropping lady said that if they're bleeding, they ain't got no kind of parasite, no nothing. And from what I've seen, she ain't lying. She ain't lying. I've seen the one dog I did see that we cut for somebody else that had a weird like altercation with it. The anesthesia was one that didn't bleed at all, and I was like, huh. And she pointed that out. She was like, see how that dog didn't bleed, and now it's having a complication. I'm like, yeah, that's interesting. Like that's wild.
Yeah, y'all be dropping jewels over here every day, elevator. Y'all drop
What's
jewels
up,
over here,
Miguel?
boy.
I
God
mean, I'm
dang.
glad you
Elevator
came
be,
in, bro.
hey, yeah.
Hey, every day y'all be dropping some jewels over this jump. Hey, I came to find out like what size when you on the Crocs, because I know you know what size do you gotta order them? Do you gotta order
Yeah.
them bigger? Do I gotta have like do you gotta order them bigger than the shoe size or smaller or the regular size is your
Yeah, I don't
shoes?
know. That's a
You
good
know what I mean?
question. I don't know. I don't
Cause
know how
Same
you're
man,
snapping on
sizes, same
Crocs.
I'm a
sizes as you.
all right, cause I'm gonna need a size
Oh,
12
it's
just
the
in case
same
I do.
size as your shoe.
Yeah, he said same size, so I'm gonna need a
Okay.
size 12 just in case I lose the elevator. Cause and I wanted to come on and tell the story.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell a story because I fucked up. I got to tell my fuck ups too. I fucked up last night, elevator. Boy, that's why I'm ordering the shoes now. Because boy, I was ready to call you and tell you, man, I need to wear the shoes, the Crocs. Because I'm out there walking the dog. I made a rookie mistake, y'all. I'm out there walking the dog, and I got this little football field that I felt that I go in at night and I got it to myself or whatever. And I didn't check the whole area, and you get lazy, and you get lacking as an owner. And I cut her loose like after got her running and shit, and cut her loose, man. And didn't check the whole area, and one of the gates was open, man. She was gone, man. She was gone, yo. She was gone. I was out there, Joe, about 2 hours, right? 2 hours, like just sitting
Damn.
there waiting for it to come back, right? And it was so dark.
Damn.
It was so dark and like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. Like different places I thought she went, I was scared to go in them bushes and shit like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Different shit because it was too dark and all that type shit. So I almost lost a good one, man. So I was like, only thing I thought of, I went back to the house. I had to walk back to the fucking house, and I went and got her sister. I put her in the car, and I went back to the area. Me and her sister just went hunting. I just went like walking her sister, whatever. Man, that bitch came running out the motherfucking woods, man. I picked her sister up because her sister like 30 some pounds. So I picked her up, and she followed us to the car, jumping up trying to get her sister. So I got her back. That's all I was saying. But I almost lost
Man.
on some straight
Oh
old slipping and getting lazy and shit. So
You know, it was a lesson
Yeah,
in it. It was a lesson in it. I almost lost a good ass dog, and basically, like when you out there and you let that dog off the leash. First of all, you ain't supposed to let them dogs off the leash. I was slipping right there, boom, boom.
yeah,
Especially with that high prey drive and all that. As soon as they see something, they gonna be gone anyway. I was lucky that she didn't run into somebody else's yard and then they had a dog. You know, all
yeah.
types of things could have happened. So I was just all fucked up about that. But I got the dog back, and I ain't trying to make that mistake no more. And I'd have made that mistake a couple times before over the years, all these years. But like, yo, ain't nothing worse than that, man. When you think you lost
Yeah,
a good one like that, man. So salute,
man.
salute.
Shit, I'm glad you got her back. Shoot.
Yeah, yeah.
You started talking about it, and that gave me anxiety for a minute.
Yeah, I was like,
I was like, oh
yeah,
shit,
no,
wait
man.
a minute. Hey,
You here
if
talking to me? You know what I'm saying? Right now? Like, yeah. Nah,
I
that's
I
hey,
real.
figure people. I
if
figure
you let
people be out
Medusa
there
off
when
the
they out there
leash,
doing
that
their
bitch is
dogs. That might,
gone.
just think about that because your dog can, shoot off on you, man. Shoot off on you, man. It ain't, some people think they dog's gonna come back. A lot of times, man, they might run into some things while they out there, man. So, like, man,
Mm-hmm.
just like that, your whole shit could be fucked up, man. My stomach was hurting and everything, man. I was thinking
Man,
about
I already
thinking
know.
about the Crocs. I was thinking about all the laughter, and all that shit. But at the
Man,
most
I
part,
wouldn't be
for the
laughing.
most part, I was worried about my dog though. At the end of the day, but man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But yeah, everything worked out, man. But salute to the show Elevated and shit, and y'all dropping jewels.
Yes,
So I ain't
sir.
gonna hold y'all up. Y'all keep cooking.
Oh,
Yes,
shit, you're
sir.
good, bro. I'm glad you come through.
Yeah.
So my dog yard used to be across the street from my old house, and I had a couple dogs over there, and then I had the rest of my dogs across the street because my mama lived right across the street from me. And if I was over there and I let Medusa loose, that bitch would run straight from my front door every damn time, okay? And then if I let her out the front door and let her loose, that bitch would run for the dog yard every time. So
Yeah.
I had to pretty much trump it up. You can't let Dusa loose. You know what I mean? She'll run wherever she wants to go if you let her loose. I can't. I just can't let her loose. She's the only one I have bred that way, and I just had to like tell myself, nah, don't ever risk it with her again, because she'll disappear on me. So Hemi James said, is the shape of ears due to the way they're cut or the type of ear? So depending on the shape that they're going to be as an adult, it depends on the type of ear they got most of the time. Because if like the ones, everybody will have them where they get them cut and they're like, well, they stand,
Yeah.
they'll kind of go over. Everybody will want to post them and all that shit. You don't have to post the pit bull's ears. Just rub them every day once they're unscabbed, and they will eventually stand up. Give them things to stimulate them to stand up, like walking them through the neighborhood and them seeing a cat, shit like that. Because whenever they see it, you'll be like, oh, they're standing them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The more they see that, the more they do that. And as they won't stand up when they're still scabby at all. You know what I'm saying? They'll be kind of funny looking. But then when that goes away and you've stimulated them to stand up a little bit by rubbing them and letting them see things, you know what I mean? They'll eventually stand up. Like, Haywood's ear stood crooked as shit. I got pictures of it, but it just all of a sudden one day, boom, stood straight up.
Yeah.
Vixen and Rogue's ears are different than a lot of my other dogs' ears that have cropped ears, right? But they have big ears. They had ears on the bigger side. So
Yeah.
that comes from my dad's blood. That's why my dad always cut his dog's ears, because they were big, floppy-eared dogs. So, and like Lee Robinson says, they ain't no apex predator in the nature that has a floppy ear. You can't find one example of an apex predator with a floppy ear. So that's why when I realized why he did it like that,
That's
I was like,
true.
okay, so
That's
that's
true.
a different reason I have for cutting my dog's ears that I didn't even know about when I was doing it. But and a floppy ear like how Michonne's ears kind of stand up, stand back.
Yeah.
That's not a floppy ear. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about like over flopped, like
hound dog.
Yeah, no third crease. And what I mean by that, the little crease down at the bottom of their ear that makes it kind of fold down, the corner kind of fold down. That's a third crease. And
Yeah.
I like to cut them dogs' ears, the ones that have the floppy ears, because they kind of look like Bart Saul's dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
Just like a rugged looking ear crop. You know what I mean? I kind of like that. I've always kind of liked that. I like Levi had his ears battle cropped. You can't even get a dog's ears battle cropped anymore. He had battle cropped ears. So just because I wanted it, he looked cool. You know what I mean? And I thought it was so unique. If I got to take him to shows, yes, I'm going to get a lot of people hating on it. But at the same time, everybody that's like, look at his ears. Guess what? They're pointing that dog out to somebody.
Yeah, man.
I knew how I wanted him cut before he was even born. I knew what his name would be. You know what I mean? Before he was even born. So, like, some of these dogs, I have them named before they're born. I already have an idea of what I want. And when it pops out, I'm like, okay, bam. Run with it.
Yeah.
Run with it. Like, I'm debating on a name on this little black male. I think I'm going to name him Tacoma Jack.
Tacoma Jack.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to name him. After the famous staff dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that dog.
I was a bad motherfucker, elevated.
He was. Yeah, he was. I like that dog a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So, like, a lot of it just, you know what I mean? A lot of it just depends on the ear that they're getting cropped. Like, we got a Cane Corso's ears cropped for this lady, and she didn't end up liking how it turned out. And I was like, man, I wasn't a part of it. I was just like, you don't need to do that because she's not gonna be happy with it because she's already a little old. I'm like, nah. And then she wasn't happy with it, and I was like, see, told you. I knew not to get anybody else's ears cut for them. That's why I only get my puppy's ears cut.
Yeah.
I really won't, like, say one person has a dog, they want their ears cut. I won't do that because where I got to drive to, for one, and for two, like, it's better if you do multiple, like a whole litter. That's my preferred method.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be taking Vixen's litter, and then not 2 weeks later, I'll be taking Dirty Girl and Eleanor's at the same time to get them cut.
Gotcha.
And then I'm waiting to see if Mercy took. Still a little early to tell on her.
Yeah.
But Dirty Girl and Eleanor, they definitely took.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely huge. And Dirty Girl, it was like overnight, bro. Like, she did. I really didn't think she took. And then I had tooth pain, and I was laying there chilling. And the next day, I went outside. I fed them early that day, and the next day I went outside like later the next day because my tooth was hurting about 7 o'clock. And I was like, holy shit, you're huge. Like, she got huge overnight. I was like, wow, her titties dropped and everything. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Each dog is different. Like, you can pick out these things that you're gonna look for to be like, yep, she's pregnant. But then another dog will be different. You know what I mean? My mom she had 4 kids. And me and Hunter and Dylan, she knew instantly, but my sister, for some reason, she didn't know until later on.
Bad. Yeah, my bad.
He says, no, I call bullshit. No, I was kidding.
No. I'm over here working and training, man, while we doing this. Yeah.
Game Breaker, what's up, brother?
What's up with it?
Chilling. I don't think we've actually met yet, have we?
We was chatting the other day when I first came on, but I haven't just missed you like that. Where you from, bro?
Bro? I'm from Western North Carolina.
Yeah, I heard you say I heard you talking about Tom one day.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I salute Tom. I've been to Tom's many times. That place is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I salute Tom too.
I've had my fair share of good dogs from Tom.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing bad to say about nobody.
Yeah.
Hey, Wills, you had to send me your email or something, man, so I can hit you up, bro.
Calypso, what's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the back chat for you.
Yeah, I seen them pedigrees you putting up, man. What you, man? All right. I see you. They look good, man.
Yeah, okay. So he said wild dog. Hemi James said wild dogs probably have an advantage hearing or direction of sound, with the bad ears location.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Well, it's not just that. It's the environment too.
Hmm.
You gotta remember it's the environment too.
Now, so I got a dog that had bad ears, right? And I fooled with him and messed with him and fooled with him, and that dog does not have bad ears now. I got them to where they lay back naturally, like Mason's ears or something. I don't mind it, but at the same time, I didn't want to. I wanted to give it a shot and see if I could change it instead of changing my whole yard to bad-eared dogs. Because like this bloodline of dogs don't particularly carry bad ears. Like I've never seen one that's bad-eared out of my dad's dogs at all. Nathan's kind of bad-eared, but not bad. Jarvis.
Yeah, man.
Man, I done seen some good ones, some bad ear dogs, but to be honest, I really just don't like the bad ears, man. I don't like
Yeah.
I don't mind it because I know that if I was going to get one from somebody, I'd just cut them. So I don't mind it because I know I just cut them. Most of the time, though, when I get a dog from somebody, I don't cut their ears. That's how, like,
Yeah.
say if you come to my yard, I can tell
You'll
you
tell the
Loretta.
difference.
Yeah, I can tell
Yeah.
you Loretta, Brick, Dirty Girl. You know what I'm saying? They're not off of my shit because they still have ears. Like first generation of me breeding them and stuff, I cut their ears. That like I was older.
Yeah.
See, I started getting it done myself, right? Like
Mhm.
going to somebody specific myself because this lady in town was just robbing everybody. An ear cut she could get for a third of the price she was charging, 3 times what it was worth and shit like that. And I'm thinking like, bro, you know how many puppies I'm about to have with cut ears? Like, yeah, right. If I'm about to pay you $300 a dog, you'd be rich off of me. I've already had 47 cut from the same lady. So like, imagine how much she'd have made at 3 times what it really cost.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem I have with people in my local area, bro. That's why I don't deal with nobody local. Is because they're always on some bullshit like that. I mean, that's fine. Whatever. If you're going to get people, random people's ears cut and shit. But if you know somebody that, like I know the lady who get my dog's ears cut. If you started producing a mass amount of puppies, Big A, I would just hook you up. You know what I mean? I wouldn't charge you nothing. Like, me sending you to them hooks them up, and in turn sets me up as a better customer, because I sent another good customer to them. Like, I don't know. I have a business mindset more than some people. Some people have a money mindset. A money mindset and a business mindset.
Yeah. I'm listening to you.
If I could live this world without money, I would. Because I don't really care about it that much. It's not the thing that drives me every day to get up and fool with these dogs, is the best way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah. He said, I'm not saying breed bad-eared dogs. I mean, it don't matter. Like I say, some bloodlines of dogs come with bad ears. That they're supposed to have them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I like for bloodlines to still possess the traits. Like, if you look at a pedigree and you read this pedigree and you see all these dogs and you kind of get a general idea what the traits are supposed to be, then you look at the dogs standing there and you're like, they match. They still look alike. You know what I mean? Like, they're supposed to be that way, not just all of a sudden completely change. So,
yeah.
Like the Boyle's dogs, a lot of them dogs have bad ears. And the dog I got that had bad ears was a Boyle's dog. So I'm fine with her. If they all of a sudden started standing up,
Yeah.
Yeah, they are more rare. Like, I don't know many bloodlines. The only one I can say that throws bad ears, you know what I mean? Like 100% a lot of the time is the Boyle's dog. And not even all of them. There's a few of them dogs I've seen with flop ears. And what I don't understand, they'll be litter mates with a dog. One dog will have pricked ears and one dog will have flop ears. It's just genetic. I don't know. A lot of these things that a lot of people are picky on, I don't. I mean, it don't matter to me. If they were,
Yeah,
that's why I just cut them. It don't matter to me. What if they don't matter if they stand up, if they're huge like hound dogs? I just cut them. Screw it. I
yeah,
don't even know. The reason I knew that Rogan Vixen had bigger ears was they were a little bit older when I had them cut compared to the other dogs we've had done. I had them
yeah,
cut a little later on. That was when I was when I dealt with the flood and had the parvo hit. So I had to
yeah.
wait till they were fully healed up and then take them and get their ears cut.
Okay.
And then so even knowing that I dealt with parvo, right? They
Yeah.
have cage areas set up there. But I took my own cages and made them stay in their own cages. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
alcohol down the table. I didn't want to cause them no possibility of the problem because these people are
Yeah.
legit. So I didn't want to cause no problem at all. So I made them stay in my own cages, all that stuff. But other than that, I've not had a bad problem at all.
Yeah. That's what's up.
That's another reason. The lady around here that charges everybody an arm and a leg, I think she was trying to see. This is why I have kind of a strong, it's the word affinity, where you don't really like people too much.
Yeah.
So this is why I have a strong affinity towards them, right? I bred Mason and Sissy, and I had 2 puppies, and I wanted to get my puppy's ears cut, and oh yeah, it'll be $500. I'm like, all right, well, I take and pay $500, and it takes a while, and it's like she ain't hit me back up fast, and I'm like, what the hell? And she hit me up and was like, we had a scare. He passed away, and then we resuscitated him and all this shit. And I was like, okay,
What?
like she brought my
Yeah.
puppy back. Yeah, I was like, okay, I know this is a possibility. So
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? But like, especially when I'm not standing there watching too, or no. So I was like, all right. Well, she brought him back, and he was like fucked up for 2 days after that. Like just
Yeah.
like you could tell, like
It mess
overdrugged
with her.
is the
Yeah.
best way I can explain. They overdrugged the shit out of that puppy, and and I don't know. That caused me. I don't know if they were telling me the truth that really happened, or if she was trying to stop me from breeding very early. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Oh, your dog had a problem. Like I didn't believe her. I could just tell. I don't know, when people's talking, I could tell that bullshit. I just didn't believe her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I sent 2 more to get their ears cut. Oh, one of them did the same thing. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I've had 47 cut and stood there and watched them since then, and I've not seen one dog have an issue. Yeah, right. Now, see, the standard is to dose them with 0.5 of that drug, right? So it don't matter the weight, they dose them with 0.5. So that's where the complications are coming in at. Even at the vet, I'm pretty sure that's the standard practice, 0.5. I was getting
Yeah, it's 0.5.
some of them dogs were getting 0.1, a half a point, and it was doing the job.
Yeah.
So if they gave him 0.5 when he could have took a half a point, of course he's going to OD like that. Of course they're going to drug
Every
him up.
time.
Yeah. I mean, it don't matter. Hell, I don't know. I've
The
been put
ones
to
that
sleep.
the ones that don't OD be the lucky ones.
Hell yeah, they are. They have a good metabolism. They can metabolize that medicine really good. So
Yeah.
I have a good understanding about anesthesia, because I've been put to sleep like 9 times. I've had multiple surgeries. So I kind of understand what they're supposed to feel like, the recovery time, all that stuff, because it's the same drug pretty much. The only difference is it ain't given through the throat versus IV direct. They give it through a tube in your throat when you're going through surgery most of the time, so it can slowly drip and then cause you to stay under.
Got
Reading the comments.
Mm-hmm.
So quick FC said, what about reading the dog's body language? Do the cropped ears affect that for you, Elevated? What do you mean, like being able to tell what the dog's doing? Like as far as if it's being aggressive or if it's being, like prey driven? No, because they still stand them a certain way. Like if they see something, they'll tuck them back. You know what I mean? Like they still have the telltale signs of them. There's enough ear there to matter. And even like Levi with battle cropped ears, he'd kind of tuck his, even though they didn't go nowhere. But you could tell they were tucked. Like you could tell he put them back. Being able to tell if they're going to be aggressive or anything like that, no. And like reading their body language to determine a cut, like say you want to do a tall cut, doing anything like that is really just a gamble whether or not you're going to like it. You know what I mean? Because like I love Jarvis's ears. They're tall. They're probably 1.5 inches tall versus like other people wouldn't like them because they're too tall. You know, I've literally heard people say they didn't really like his ears because they were so tall. So, but me and Lester, we talked. I showed him ear croppings, and he was sold on the little bit taller ear cut. And I was like, all right. I mean, I like it. I'm glad he chose it. So I was like, all right. And I mean, they turned out really good. I'll give them that. Oh, they turned out really good. So, like,
man.
For the general idea of it, I get most of the dogs just standard cut, just short crop. Because there's battle crop, short crop, show crop, and long crop. So I use short crop, the second longest one. That's what most of my dogs' ears are.
Gotcha.
Another thing is like people get their dogs' ears cut and they'll want to leave the stitches for like a week and a half. And shit like
you
that.
pull them out.
After 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah.
It just really depends on how the ear looks and the puppy. But it's no longer than 4 days.
Do you think that that applies to all dogs? Because some dogs have thicker skin than others, so to speak.
I don't know, because I've not really never removed stitches from many other dogs' ears. Like say we cut a Cane Corso.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was a little different. It was a little different, but like mostly the reason I say you gotta cut them is because they'll get to where the stitch almost like the skin will try to grow around the stitch. You know what I mean? So like if you don't remove it in time, then later on you'll have a hard time getting to it. Like, and the puppy will be screaming, it won't sit still. Like if you cut them 3 days after, hell, they're still kind of hurting, so they don't even notice that you're touching them to cut it. They're still kind of sore, so they don't even notice really.
Yeah.
So that's why I remove them about 4 days.
Gotcha.
And see, the lady before told me, "Oh, leave them for 2 weeks." See, I think she was trying to sabotage me, bro. That's why I have such an affinity for them people, and I won't mention their name because I've seen where people's like, "Well, speak out," and fuck that, bro. You don't know what shit people cause people. I'll just say that you don't know what hard times other people cause people. That's why some people hate from a distance. Hell yeah, I'll hate.
But you having litter after litter, not necessarily, but I mean you're having litters hitting the ground, and you letting the majority of the litters go besides what you keep. Why not get into cutting the ears yourself?
So for legal talk, you got to go to school to do that. But
why not do it?
So legally, you can cut your own dog's ears, right?
Without a doubt.
Legally, you can apply somehow for the medicine, get the medicine, and they'll let you crop your own dog's ears, right? And it's not against the law. If they showed up while you were mid doing it, it is not against the law. So don't say I won't never do it.
No, I'm not saying that.
You know
but
what I mean?
I mean, as many dogs as you have, and the people you know, that you could be doing your own dogs, and then there is a source of remedy for your area.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. And So like I might eventually do them, but one thing I take into consideration is my eye problem. Uh,
Mm.
I wouldn't just get the medicine and then even though I've watched so many be done, I wouldn't just get the medicine and try it without somebody that I know can do it there. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
say I get in and I can't see good enough to actually do it, I can hand it off to the person that normally cuts them. That's
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna cut my little black puppy's ears this time. I'm probably gonna cut my little black puppy and maybe my little brindle.
Mhm.
I'm 3 of mine. I mean, I really
Yeah.
might. I'll probably tell her let me sew up the brindle ones, right?
Mhm.
And then I want to cut the red ones and sew it up. And then if I do good on that, I want to cut and sew my black dog's ears.
Okay.
And I mean, like,
Yeah,
I'm not as
man.
picky. If I did it and it didn't do as perfect, my first few times, I wouldn't give a shit. I tell people,
Yeah.
bro, a blind man cropped that dog's ears. What do you mean? Come on now.
I see what you did there.
I'm legally blind, bro. Like I can't have
Yeah.
a regular driver's license, none of that shit. So
Yeah.
some of that's the reasons I think a little differently about a lot of this stuff.
Hmm.
I have to use my vision and the way I've lived my life as a factor.
Yeah.
Like if I'm standing down at the bottom of my yard, right, or at my old dog yard, and I think one's loose, I have to walk through the whole yard, right, because I can't
Mhm.
see from here to the end of the dog yard.
Yeah.
I've had that happen many times. And then like Jarvis, right? If you put him up on the hill, I can't see him at all. He is camouflaged. Like I can't see him at all. On brown dirt, on grass, it don't matter. He's invisible.
Yeah.
I always have to get my fiance. I'm like, hey, can you go look at it and tell me what he's doing?
Nah, that's real.
Yep.
Man.
Okay, so he said, I like Marisol's crop. Which style is that? That's probably short crop. It might be show. It's hard to tell from a picture, but that's
Mhm.
probably short crop. I know they look good.
Yeah.
I know they're nice and clean. And so like different ear croppers will have different styles that they cut ears, right? Some will do them
Right.
kind of that more rounded look, and then some will do them kind of pointed in, like devil little horns, like rounded in. I could find a few pictures of different dogs that have different looking ears and
Mhm.
stuff, and explain why their ear looks that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
So like I had a problem with some stitches, right? And that one lady was like, well, or no, I got some dog's ears cut. I didn't have no problems with no stitches. I had the dog's ears cut the first time I used the other lady. And that lady got under my post and was like, oh, them ears look like shit, blah, blah, blah. And then posted a picture of this one pup's ears. And them ears were professionally done at a vet, like I know for a fact. And the dog was older. And you know how I could tell that from a picture?
Wow.
How many loops is sewed on the dog's ears? If you're only able to sew 6 or 7 on my pups at 6 weeks old, and you're showing me one with 13 or 15 stitches in it, I know that dog's older already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That changes factors too. So like,
Yeah.
you can cut. Of course, you can make a bigger dog's ear look cleaner. Sorry, damn spam caller. You can make a big dog's ear look cleaner when you're cutting it because it's a bigger ear you're working on.
Mhm.
It's the best way to put it. You know what I mean? So like as far as the way the stitching looks and all that stuff, if they're a bigger ear, you can make it look cleaner to the eye. But really, them stitches don't matter. You know what I mean? How straight they are, how clean they are. You cut them out in 3 days, so all they do is hold the ear together long enough for them 2 flaps of ear to stick cohere to the actual cartilage part of the ear. That's all they're there for. After that, you cut the stitch off and it heals right up.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, that horn style is popular on Dobermans. Yeah, that's a long crop, and I think it's just because of the way the ear goes and the clamp they're using is why. Because if you look, there's straight clamps, and then there's a clamp that's like a S clamp kind of, and a lot of bulldogs are cut with the S clamp, and that's what makes it
Yeah.
get so close to the ear. And Dobermans, a lot are probably cut with that S clamp too, and that's why you see that like horned look to it.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Dickie. Oh,
Hey.
who is that? Oh, Tony said haters be listening and don't say much.
Yeah.
That's okay. We like the haters, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Calypso said 500 to crop the pup's ears, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
500. I mean, like, for my area, that's expensive as shit compared to what it used to be.
Mhm.
But like, I paid $850 for Colt's ear cropping, and I paid $1,200 for Maggie's, my inside
Yeah.
dog. Colt's passed away now, but Maggie, I paid a lot of money for hers. But one reason is I bought 2 bullies from places with an intention to breed them. You know what I mean? So therefore, I wasn't going to get somebody cut them that I didn't have no paperwork records for. You know what I mean? Like that lady that does in town. I wasn't going to get her to do it because hell, I ain't sending my $2,000 dog with her after I had the altercation I did have. You know what I mean? And then also, so like I took her to the best one I could, you know what I mean? Like with the biggest reputation and paid money to have it done. Because when I bred her and somebody's like, well, why are you charging this much for a puppy? Well, Jesus Christ, I paid this much for her. You know what I mean? I took her and got her ears cropped for this much. She is built and acts and has all these traits. Like, she's worth it, you know what I mean? She's not some useless little bully that can't do shit. She did hurt her leg recently, and it's finally healing up.
How long did it take for it to heal?
Probably a month. She kept chasing these damn cats in my house and kept hurting it.
Yeah.
It was her back leg. That's how she hurt it. We have couch covers, and I think she got her foot hung on the couch cover because when we come home, her leg was hurting, and the couch cover was kind of off on the floor.
Yeah.
So I think she probably hung the couch cover with her foot and probably hurt her foot chasing the cat.
Yeah.
Because I mean, she's not mean to him. She'll play with him and shit. Like, I got a real bully when I bought her. You know what I mean? Like an American bully, what they're supposed to be. She don't show no aggression. She don't have none of that. Like, that dog don't possess it. She's the only one I can say that I have. No, Nero don't need her. He's old as hell. But they're similar type of dogs. You know what I mean? Nero and her. So, because I got him, he's an American Pit Bull Terrier on paper.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you must have got a spam call or something.
No, I was reading what MK and Bottom said.
What did he
So
say?
he said, salute to all or to all. Vets here wants 50 deposit, 225, maybe 250 max year round. Where the hell are you at? Because I'm bringing some dogs over there. Hell yeah,
that's Texas. Welcome to Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, like, okay, so we got a lot of, try to use words that ain't going to offend nobody. We got a lot of frou-frou people here now, you know, that ain't from here, that come here because of Asheville and, the mountain vibe. They can get away from their big city and bring their kids and raise them in the mountains. And, which is fine. Dude, that's perfectly fine with me. If you want to raise your kids here, that's great. This is the best place ever to be raised for kids, right? Plenty of shit to do. Ain't got to worry about too much deadly stuff, really, as far as in your yard. And, but like, don't move into a place trying to change the way we do everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they were complaining not long ago about they built these apartments right next to the music venue we got up here, and they were bitching about the music venue being too loud. Like, come on now, bro. That music venue has been here for like 75 years. You think we care if you're mad about it? And then, like, my neighbors, I had my dogs over there for 5 years, right? They move in and expect me to move all my dogs instantly because they're not happy with how they bark. Like, man, you're like, my family's owned this house since like 89, and you're trying to tell me, and we've had dogs here since 90, and or 99, and you're trying to tell me why you need to move them? We've had dogs literally over 25 years there.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem I have. So, like, they've caused all these issues as far as like trying to make chain laws. Now, there's a local lady here that she goes around like taking pictures of people's dogs on chains and all this shit, and like going to the courthouse trying to make it illegal for dogs to be chained up. And I will say, probably 98% of the chain setups that are in my hometown, they should be considered neglect. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then other people, like the dog pound comes up here and sees all my 10-foot chain setups with blue barrels and concrete food bowls and water bowls, and they're like, okay, so like he's literally told me, like, you have one of the best looking yards I've seen in this county. Like, I'm like, oh, trust me, I know. I already know that you be looking at some pieces of shit yards.
And that's the thing, elevated with and I just want to say this before we hop off. With everything that's going on, right? Now, like you just said, you have certain people in every state that go around to these courthouses reporting certain things. Now, I'm gonna say this: anybody that has actually been 2 times, they know his setup. They see what's going on. Now, with us having these dogs, knowing how outlawed we are, and this goes back to what I said 2 weeks ago. Certain people got too many damn dogs that they cannot maintain properly. They can't, so the yard is not up to spec. So being in the public eye, even if you're a private person, unless you live off grid like me, you have neighbors. So you still public. You just not on the internet. So my point of saying that is that what Tom is doing is taking heat. Not only helping bring, I'm gonna say it like this. Not only is he helping bring a better light to the breed, but if he did have heat on his back, the heat is going away because every day he's releasing a video showing you puppies, showing you how to make nutrients, how he cleaned the yard. He's showing you this and that and this. Everybody's not doing that. So even with the underground people, unless you live off grid, you're still public because you have neighbors, and you should be trying to keep your yard as up to par as standard. You know, as much as you can, because again, we can only fight so much for the breed when we got other people that own the breed also fucking up more than what they supposed to be.
Yep.
Yeah, man. We hit that hour mark, man. We got to go over to men and word. You know what it is, man. It's about that time, man. Hey, Welsh, where can they find you at, man?
Yeah, I'll be up here tomorrow, big fella.
Roger that. Man, who be saying big fella, man? Who be saying big fella all the time, bro? Man, I can't remember, man. I'll figure it out. It ain't hit me yet. But Elevated, what's going on, bro? Where can they find you at, man?
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. Elevated Kennel. Nah, I like how Welsh says it, because it could be like, he's like, yeah, big, like, you're my buddy. Or you could also say it and be like, I don't know, like, it could almost be like a really nice, disrespectful thing to say to someone. Like, okay, big fella,
No. It's like an
it.
actor. It's an actor, man. It's like you always say big fella, man. I just can't think of who it is, man. Yeah. No, it ain't. I wouldn't say that ain't nothing disrespectful. It's just I just can't put my hand on it. Yeah.
It just depends on the way he uses it. It could be.
Yeah.
I like it.
No, I like that. I like it. But what's happening? We got to roll out, man.
So I think we gave us our topic for tomorrow, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about falsely accusing dogmen of things tomorrow, and you need to have your proof and the way it should be illegal if you do falsely accuse somebody.
Okay, that's a bet.
I think people like that one.
Y'all heard elevated perspective, man. So you know what it is, man. We got Men at Work coming up next. But before that, let me go ahead and talk about this digital dog show. Man, we got the digital dog show coming up at the end of the month. It is the biggest dog show of up to date, as far as the payouts concerned. We got over $600 in cash prizes going out to all winners in each category. We got the dog of the month. We got the dog of the week coming up at the end of the week. We got a drama series fixing to drop. We got a whole bunch of things going on, man, but you got to be here to see it, you know. Whether you hate, whether you love it, or whatever, you still got to be here to see it, man. So salute to the chat, man. Y'all the reason why we here, man. We get the information from y'all. We give information to y'all. We passing it back and forth, man. And I appreciate everything, man. But till the next time, man, we're gonna catch you here. What's up?
I don't know if you said it, but if you ain't a member, what you do?
Yeah, if you ain't a member, what you doing, man? You heard it from Elevated, man. Salute. Yeah, man, and you know what it is, man. Let me go ahead and send us out the right way, man, because we about to get up and out of here, man. And we out.
Yeah. Beat drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain. Locked in the game, never moved for fame. Old mountain lines run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then K-Fat boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but our bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, ran it straight through the rain. Red ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Saki from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.